Hey everybody, and welcome back to the 1902 Farmhouse project. And as you can see, we are starting on the exterior wall. I don't know if you can really see good. Yeah, maybe you can. Got about half this room tore down here, and I'm finding some very strange construction methods here. So the first thing I want to bring to attention is these studs that they added. I'm guessing it was a doorway they closed up. They added these studs that don't really go all the way up to the header, which the header ain't nothing but two 2x4s. So that's really not a true header. And over here, it's the same way. Now it's got a real interesting little, like a little 45. I don't even know if it's quite a 45 there, but a little detail there at the top. And then you got two 2x4s on top. You do have the, I guess you call them king studs on the 2x4s. And then where they put a header at for the window, which is like two 2x6 or a 2x6 and a 2x8 looks like, and it's not really even together, they're just there. You don't have anything in between to support the weight right there. So I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to probably go back, zoom out here, right here beside the window, right in here. We're probably going to actually go back and put a window right there, or pretty close to right there. And then this other window that's already here, it don't really have a header at all. And the 2x4 that's above it don't even go down to the header. They just cut it off. So you can tell that whoever did this was pretty shoddy work. And it's definitely, to me, it's not very structural. So once I get all this wood off, we're going to have to go back in here and add some studs. And of course, we won't put some insulation here, but there may be some real small cavities. I'll probably end up foaming. But we'll see where the window ends up at. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to be at right now, but I think it's going to be closer to the wall over here than where it is. So I'm going to get in here. I got to turn this big fan on because it is extremely hot. So I'm not going to film any of this because you wouldn't be able to hear nothing anyway. And I'm going to get the rest of this wood down, and then we're going to move on to this room. And of course, I've got a bunch of wood that's got to be moved right here before I can get to this end of this wall or the back wall. So we're going to try to get all that squared away, moved into the center, or as close to the center of the room as we can get it. Get it out of the way. Still got to be able to get the scaffold through the doorway. And I'm hoping to use some of this wood on either a floor or a wall. I'm not sure right now how we're going to do it. Whether we're going to strip the paint off or we're going to send it to a planer. I'm pretty sure this paint's old. It's probably more than likely it's going to be lead-based paint. You know, it's at least 40 years old. It's older than that because all my life I remember paneling. So and I was born in '72. So I know in the '70s it was paneling. So this had to be here way before then. So I'm guessing it's probably some of this paint's from the 50s and 60s. So anyway, I'm not real sure about planing it, but it would be a lot faster than it would be stripping it. So I'm gonna get started and I'll bring you back and let you know how far we got. Hey everybody, and welcome back. I don't remember where I left off the last clip. It's been a couple of days, but we did get all this wall here tore down. Found some interesting stuff, more especially this old, I'm guessing it's an old door frame here. These studs don't quite make it all the way to the header. So there's no real support in the middle. I think they put these things here in when they knew they were having like a door and a window. So I believe there was a door here and a window here. The reason I say that is that's a true header. Over this window, there's no true header. Even though it looks like this siding has been replaced at one point in time, and we can see that they cut this little stud off a little bit short. So I wonder if they had just cut the header out. But a lot of this really concerns me because I want everything to be supported. Now on this side here, we've got two 2x4s. One of them kind of ends right here, but this one right here continues all the way to the floor, and then it picks up a couple of small ones that don't quite make it back to the top. This note here on this end, I don't know if I can really show you that. This one on the far right, it comes up to the header, so that does maybe support. There's a gap up there. You might could say that supports the header. And all the header is two 2x4s on flat. So to me, that's not even adequate. And over here over the window, there's really no header because that 2x4 does not even come down to the header. Now over here under this window, it's very well supported. They must have thought this window weighed a few 100,000 pounds the way they supported underneath it. So you can see, starting with the window sill here, we got one 2x4 supporting it, two 2x4s, a 4x4 and two more 2x4s, three 2x4s, and another header that went all the way over there. And that's the reason I'm thinking that this right here, where this header is, was where the original window is. Another reason that supports that theory is those windows had window weights, and the window weights rode inside the wall, and there's a 1x2 inside this wall, I believe, that would keep that window weight inside. Or, you know, it looks like it's been beat up pretty good over the years. So I'm almost guaranteeing that window was right here. And you know, over the years they've changed stuff, and they really didn't go back because this stuff is all over the wall. I'm thinking they just didn't want to take the time to take all this wood off and go in there and really fix this structure back. So it's going to fall to me to redo most of the structure. Now over here from this 2x4 on to the end of the wall, everything's great. We got a good diagonal support post. You can see it goes all the way to the floor. I haven't got this last 18 inches off, but it does go all the way to the sill down there. And I believe this is poison ivy, some old poison ivy. This whole back corner of the house has a lot of poison ivy, and of course it was all the way up to the top, and I pulled it out, and there it lays. So hopefully it's dormant. So I'm thinking, you know, there's really no support at all over the top of this window. I mean, a 1 2x4, they don't even have any support on this side whatsoever. Is just very inadequate to support the weight that this wall's having to support. So all that's got to be redone, and unfortunately, I'm sure all this sheathing is nailed to all these 2x4s, which is going to make it really difficult to get it right, get it matched back up. Now this, I'm going to assume, is the original shiplap siding that's on it. It just about has to be the original shiplap, and it's really in good shape. You can tell that there's been bugs in this wall and in this cavity right here. In this cavity here, there's been some bugs, and there's been some bugs in here. You can see all the black. It's bug trap. But you know, not all of it's like that. So I mean, I don't really see any water damage, which is a dang good sign. I don't see any termite damage. I see some, you know, might be a little bit of old water damage around this window. You know, when they put these windows in, they didn't really seal good. I mean, you can see there's like a gap in there. These windows just screw in from the other side, and they didn't really waterproof too good. So I'm really interested to see if this side here is going to be good until we get to this window, because I know it appears that this original window was way up here and then down to here, because you can see where the side of the tongue and groove's been cut out and patched. So I'm pretty sure that they just put this wide window back in. It's wider than the original, so it's probably not, the header's probably not going to be right for it either. So anyway, I thought I'd bring you up to speed. I'm hoping you're enjoying this series, and this is going to be a long-term project. I'm expecting hopefully to be done within a year. We're going to see this fall how much we can get done when it gets cooler weather. Right now it's so hot that it's just after about 2 or 3 hours it just wears you out. So maybe we get cooler weather, we get all this structure opened up, and we're going to start siding hopefully in October and put new windows in. So that's the plan. So until next time, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little bell if you want to get notified of any uploads.